Hey students, today we're going to be learning a little bit about Discovery Education, which is this program that allows you to study videos and written material in science and social studies. So it's really important for us for a ton of classes, and it's actually set up really nicely. I think you'll enjoy it. So we'll look at a few tabs: engage, explore, explain, and you'll get to see a few of how they work, and you'll even get a chance to do some work with forces and motion today. So I think you're really going to find it exciting. So the question is, how do I get into Discovery Education? It's actually pretty simple. All I need to do is go to my Google Classroom, and my teacher has usually put together a link for me. Well, Discovery Education topic. Under there, there's a link that it tells me to go to. And it says there in the address, Discovery Education. So I'm going to click on that. And I'm already logged in, so it just popped right in. What if yours doesn't pop right in? We'll show you that in just a moment. If I haven't yet signed in, it's going to bring me to a page that looks like this. And it's pretty simple what to do. You just scroll down here to Google Sign In and click that. You're probably already signed in with Google, so it'll take you straight in to the page that you're supposed to be going to. Not too bad. For me, it just logged right in. For you, you may have to enter your username and password, but I'm guessing since you're already logged into your Chromebook, it's actually going to send you straight on to the assignment. My goal now is to try and teach you about how to move through this. This is our science tech book, and this book moves us through from part to part of the entire unit. This one is Forces and Motion, about force. And so it actually starts, if you look over here, this is a tab. This is the Engage tab, and this is supposed to get you interested and kind of give you a sense and get you going on forces and motion. The next piece is Explore. That's more independent. That's where you read all about it, you really get all the facts, and you learn tons of stuff. There's an Explain section, so you tell us back what you know. There's an Elaborate, so you tell us even more with science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM. So you get to do a little bit more here. And there's even a testing area, the Evaluate portion. So let's look at some of those. This is Engage. It contains several paragraphs to help us. A video is linked in here. A couple more videos are linked down here at the bottom. And it's got some really interesting bits. What do you already know? There's some quiz questions down below here. So that's the Engage tab. Now there's also these other sections. There's Explore, this bit here. Under Explore, you're going to learn a whole lot more. I've just clicked on that tab, and so it's moved on. What is a force? If I click on this little blue section, it'll actually bring up a little video that will show me the definition of what force is when I click play. So that's kind of a neat piece of all of this. I can read through that Explore section and discover some more. Now, this is really interesting. This will be a game for some of you to get to play today. If you are part of this assignment, you can click pulling your weight and you get to make Boris push a heavy weight across carpet or a slick surface, and you can measure how much force it takes. You can imagine to push across a slick surface or to push across carpet. That's very different. And he also has to push different kinds of weights. And so you can play that as a kind of game, but there's also some recording. And so there's some science involved too. As you move along, there are more videos to learn exactly about forces, and even another game, another little video here that you can check out today. Okay, so that's the Explore section. There's an Explain bit when I go there that asks you to explain how things work. And this is a very in-depth explanation where they ask you to give a claim, reasoning, and evidence for your thinking. If you go into the Elaborate with STEM section, we often use this to teach a little bit more for students who finished early. It goes into engineering and mathematics. And some of us may not see this section for a while, but for some of you, this is super exciting. Using toys in sports. How does that work? Well, today you're going to get to explore all of that. Now, what is your assignment for today? Your job is to go through a few of the tabs and answer some questions on a Google form. Now, that Google form is also linked in your Google Classroom. So you can open that up and it'll look something like this here. Okay, a little soccer ball at the top because that's forces in motion acting on the ball. And then there'll be questions like, what is the title of this unit? Engage section. Forces hold your body together. Without them, you would fall apart. Is that true or false? You're going to start to answer these questions as you go through. Now, if I were you, I'd look through the sections first as I explain it, and then I'd go back and answer the questions and hop back and forth between. So today, you're expected to read through these first 3 paragraphs, thinking about what causes the motion of objects to change. So in the engage section, you're going to read through this and this, just here. And that's just to get you interested. What are forces? What's going on with those? What's happening? Now, you are allowed to watch this short video or this one or this one. This one's 20 minutes. So I haven't looked through that one, but you may watch it. You do not have to. This one here is pretty good. Don't have to watch any of the ones on this page. We'd just like you to read through it. It has answers to 2 of our questions on our Google form. I'd also like you to go to the Explore section. For my money, this is way more interesting. It'll tell you what is a force. And here's a hint, that's one of your questions. So if you look, you can open the word force, and it will give you a movie of the word force, but look at these other tabs in here. It will give you details about the word force. It will give you a definition that you can use. Pretty cool. It will give you a video if you would like. It'll show you actually a minute-long film of what force is, and it'll even give you a picture. Okay, and so you get a sense of what those are by clicking on the blue. Now, as you read this paragraph, you're expected to read that first paragraph. It'll tell you exactly what a force is. You will be expected to watch this video with the book on it, please. And then I'd like you to take a minute and click this activity to get a sense of how they work. You'll read through it, and then you'll make this big, strong Greek guy push a rock across different surfaces. And so you can do that. You may also look at this video, but you do not have to. It talks about changing the direction of force. What happens when you whack a flying ball with a ping pong paddle? And so you can discover some of that. There are a couple of other activities. These are not required today. So I would like you to do those and to complete the Google form. There are 4 total questions. A couple of them are just true or false or one-word answers. So this is not a big writing task. We just want to make sure that you've been able to log into Discovery Education, that you understand some about it, and then you may move on. You do not have to go into the explain or elaborate areas, but you're allowed to. You can go into these other tabs. Today we're just looking at engage and explore. We're reading engage, we're doing the first paragraph of explore, and we're looking at that first video. Then we're going to answer the Google form. That's your job for today.